everyone's going crazy about all the African players in the NBA.
Oh, yeah?
So we're going to deep dive into that today.
Awesome.
And it turns out it's even more fascinating than you might think at first.
Yeah, definitely.
I've got 3 articles from BBC Sport Africa.
Okay.
And 1 from Olympics.com.
Gotcha.
And they all kind of point to this, huge change happening.
Definitely a seismic shift.
Yeah.
In basketball.
For sure.
What's so cool is that this didn't just come out of nowhere.
Right.
We've been seeing this for decades.
Yeah.
Starting with Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh, yeah, of course.
He was the OG.
Right.
Who really paved the way.
He was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the BAL now.
The Basketball Africa League.
Yeah. The continent is making its own talent powerhouse.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's a whole new level of competition.
Okay, so let's break this down.
Yeah.
Starting with the rookies in the NBA.
Right.
Just this season, we've got 3 new centers.
Mm-hmm. Ulrich Chomche with the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, nice.
Yves Missy going to the New Orleans Pelicans.
Uh-huh.
And Adam Bona joining Joel Embiid on the 76ers.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And it gets even more interesting.
Oh, really? How so?
These guys are joining a league where 10% of the players already have African roots.
That's a lot.
Yeah, this isn't just a fad or something.
Right.
The whole game is changing.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep growing.
Oh, for sure.
We're seeing a new generation of players coming up through structured systems now.
Right.
Like the BAL.
That makes sense.
And that's a game changer.
And it's not just about how many players there are.
No, exactly.
It's about what they're doing in the league.
Totally.
The MVP awards recently.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid from Cameroon.
Uh-huh.
And Giannis Antetokounmpo with his Nigerian heritage.
Right.
These guys aren't just playing.
No, they're dominating.
Yeah, exactly.
Embiid even helped the USA win gold at the Olympics.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And Antetokounmpo is already considered an all-time great.
It's crazy to think about.
I know.
Okay, so this is where it gets really exciting.
Oh, lay it on me.
Have you heard of Victor Wembanyama?
Oh, yeah, of course.
He was the #1 draft pick this year.
Yeah, he's got everyone talking.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people are saying he could be a superstar.
Seriously.
And he's got Congolese heritage.
Oh, wow.
I know, right?
So cool.
Wembanyama's talent is undeniable.
Uh-huh.
He already won a silver medal with France at the Olympics.
Oh, wow.
And he's just getting started in the NBA.
So cool.
This kid is the perfect example of how global African basketball talent is.
Totally.
He could totally change the league.
Wow.
Yeah, his journey is part of this whole movement in African basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's got this incredible momentum, and they're building a real foundation to support all this talent.
So speaking of building a foundation, the Basketball Africa League, or BAL, it's more than just a league, right?
It totally is.
What else is it about?
It's in its 4th year now.
Okay.
And it's really about nurturing the talent they have in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
It's a platform for players who might not go to the NBA.
Oh, okay.
But who are still amazing.
I see.
It's about creating a whole basketball system in Africa.
Wow. That's a big goal.
It is.
So is it working?
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Claire Akamanthi, the CEO of NBA Africa.
Okay.
She said the BAL's success is about 2 things.
Okay. What are they?
First, being recognized as a real league.
Mm-hmm.
And second, expanding across the continent.
It sounds like they're doing that.
Oh, yeah. Over 25 countries are already in it.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
The NBA's got a long-term plan here.
Okay.
They know that to make basketball big in Africa, they got to invest at every level.
And they're putting their money where their mouth is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They're planning to build 1,000 basketball courts across Africa in the next 10 years.
That's incredible.
Just imagine 100 new courts in Kenya alone.
Wow.
And what's really cool is they want boys and girls to play.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Akamanzi said they're aiming for 50-50 participation.
That's great.
In their basketball clinics.
They're not just building courts.
Oh, right.
They're building opportunities for everyone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It is.
Okay, speaking of opportunities, Derek Fisher, 5-time NBA champion, held a coaching clinic in Kenya.
Wow, that's so...
For 80 young players and coaches.
That's awesome.
Talk about inspiring the next generation.
Right.
Fisher is a big believer in growing talent in Africa.
Makes sense.
He said, every great player doesn't necessarily have to leave in order to be seen.
That's powerful.
Imagine being a young player in Kenya and learning from a 5-time NBA champ.
I know, right?
That's the kind of thing that can change generations.
Well, absolutely.
This is about making a basketball culture in Africa.
Yeah.
That's just as good as anywhere else in the world.
It's happening right now.
It's exciting.
It really is inspiring.
So inspiring.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is amazing to think, like, just a few decades ago, Hakeem Olajuwon was, like, the only one.
Yeah, he was a trailblazer.
Yeah, practically.
Yeah.
And now there are so many.
Oh, it's crazy.
A whole generation of African players making their mark on the NBA.
Yeah, and it feels like we're watching this basketball revolution.
It really does.
Happening right now on a global scale.
Totally.
And it's not just the players.
Right.
It's the coaches, the fans.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing.
The whole infrastructure is growing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what makes the BAL so important.
Right.
It's that foundation for, like, real sustainable growth, creating a whole basketball system.
In Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just about sending players to the NBA.
Right.
It's about building something in Africa.
Yeah, I love that.
It's cool, right?
And it's so great that the NBA is actually investing.
Yeah. They're not just talking about it.
Right, like those 1,000 basketball courts.
Exactly.
And making sure girls have equal access.
It's awesome.
Yeah, they're really starting from the ground up.
Literally.
Yeah.
I think it's a smart move.
Yeah.
By getting kids into basketball early.
Yeah.
They're building the future.
Yeah.
Like the players, the coaches.
Yeah.
The fans.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll even see an all-African NBA championship team one day.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
That would be amazing.
I know.
I can picture it.
Yeah.
The energy, the pride.
Yeah.
The whole world celebrating.
Celebrating African basketball.
Oh my gosh. Chill.
A cool thought, right?
Yeah. And it doesn't even seem that crazy. Like it could actually happen.
They've got the talent, the passion. And now they're building the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Brick by brick.
Okay, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Okay, yeah.
The BAL is still new.
Yeah, it's still early.
It hasn't even made money yet.
No, but they're focused on the long term.
Right, sustainable growth.
Exactly like the NBA did back in the day.
Oh yeah, it took time.
Yeah, the NBA wasn't always this global thing.
Right.
It took a while to get there.
Yeah.
The BAL is on that same path.
That's so cool.
And the potential is huge.
I love that.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is they're not just copying the NBA.
Right.
They're making it their own. They're taking the NBA model and, like, adapting it to Africa.
Yeah.
Something really special.
That's awesome.
So it makes you wonder.
Oh, what?
Could the BAL actually become, like, a real alternative to the NBA?
Oh, wow.
For the best African players.
You mean like players might choose to stay in Africa?
Exactly.
And play in the BAL?
Instead of going to the NBA.
Oh my gosh, that's a crazy thought.
I know. It's mind-blowing.
If the BAL keeps growing and can pay those guys like the NBA does.
And give them that global exposure.
It could totally happen.
Good.
What?
It would change everything.
About the NBA.
Yeah, the whole basketball world.
Yeah.
It would shift the power. Challenge all the assumptions.
Wow.
And it would be a whole new era of competition.
And think about what it would mean for Africa.
Yeah.
More investment.
More opportunities for young people.
So much national pride.
Yeah, and the whole world would see Africa differently.
Exactly.
It's about so much more than just basketball.
It really is.
It's about empowerment.
Opportunity.
Cultural exchange.
Showing the world what Africa can do.
Yeah.
All the talent and potential.
This is what I love about these deep dives.
What's that?
We start with basketball.
Yeah.
And end up talking about so much more.
I know, it's crazy.
It's like we're talking about life.
Like the power of sports.
Yeah.
It goes beyond borders.
Right.
And connects people.
On a deeper level.
And with African basketball,
Ah.
it's this story of resilience, determination, and a future full of possibilities. Speaking of possibilities, I'm curious to see how those 3 rookies do.
Oh, yeah.
Chumche, Missy, and Bona.
The next wave.
Yeah, they're the next generation of African talent in the NBA.
They're carrying the torch.
Yeah.
Passed down from guys like Olajuwon Embiid and Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting season.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know what else I was thinking about?
What's that?
We've been talking about the men's game.
Yeah.
But there's a whole other side to this.
Oh, yeah, the women's game.
Yeah.
There's so much talent there, too.
Yeah, and the NBA is working on that, too.
They are.
Remember Akamanzi? She was really clear about wanting equality for women's basketball.
They're making progress in developing the women's game in Africa.
Like Asta Ondor.
Oh, yeah, she's amazing.
She played in the WNBA and now plays in Spain.
Wow.
And she's from Senegal.
I know.
She even played in the Olympics.
That's awesome.
She's just one example of all the amazing women players.
And with more investment.
Yeah.
We're going to see more players like her.
Yeah, breaking barriers.
And inspiring the next generation.
So inspiring. It's amazing to think about how much this is all changing things. It's not just basketball.
Right.
It's about how people see Africa.
Absolutely.
Like the whole world.
The more these guys play on the global stage, the more those old stereotypes get broken.
Right.
People can finally see how much talent Africa has.
And it's about time.
I know, right?
Like Africa is this vibrant place full of talent.
Totally.
And basketball is just one example.
For sure.
But it's not just about the big names.
Yeah.
Remember those rookies we talked about?
Chumche, Missy, and Bona?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the future.
They're the next wave of getting into the NBA.
They carry the torch.
For sure.
From guys like Joel Embiid and Antetokounmpo.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Oh, yeah. This season is going to be wild.
Okay, so to wrap up our deep dive today, I want to leave you with this question.
Hit me.
Do you think the BAL could ever be like a real alternative to the NBA?
Bro.
For the best African players?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we'll be talking about that for years.
But that's what makes this so interesting. Like, it's all still happening.
The story's not finished yet.
And there are so many possibilities.
It's exciting.
So thanks for joining us, everyone.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
It's been awesome exploring the rise of African basketball.
It really has.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see an all-African NBA championship team.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Sooner than we think.
It could happen.
If you like this content, please like the video, hit the notifications button, subscribe to our channel, and see you next time.